Welcome if you've just joined us this evening. If you go to the River Dart in Devon at the moment, you may come across a surprising sight alongside the boats. Large paintings of icebergs have been moored on the water as part of a project to raise awareness of climate change. Melanie Chiswell has been talking to the artist and the explorers who've helped to inspire him.
On a boat trip along the River Dart in June, you probably expect to see lots of sailing boats, some mullet. You might even see a seal. You probably wouldn't expect to see an iceberg.
I think most people in the UK probably won't ever see an iceberg, and I haven't seen an iceberg myself. And I think putting art out of context, on a deciduous river is quite striking, and so it just prompts us to maybe think about something we wouldn't normally connect with. I'm hoping that first of all people might connect with the action of landscape painting, but also the idea of Arctic icebergs and their decline.
Icebergs, although beautiful, represent the demise of glaciers. It's thought by the end of the century only a third of them will be left. The skipper behind the wheel is the woman who's inspired the project. Ella will soon attempt the first ever single-handed circumnavigation of the Arctic Circle to raise awareness of the fate of these majestic icebergs.
I think if I'm this sort of moved and emotional just seeing a painting of it here, I'm probably gonna be quite emotional when I go up there and see them. But the longer I leave it, the less likely it is in my lifetime that I would be able to witness it. So I'm just raring to get going and get up there and see it now.
All of the floating paintings are reproductions of photographs taken by Arctic explorers over the past 200 years, including Jim McNeill. How safe is it to get close to these huge bergs?
Well, it's not. You never know what they're going to do. Even though they're grounded, the grounded ones are much safer. The ones that are actually floating on the water are very dodgy. But there's water pouring off it, as Anthony has brilliantly conveyed here. They're melting all the time. And as they melt, the sea goes up, the sea rises. I think it's 10 centimetres in the last 30 years, which is quite frightening.
Climate change is an issue you've told us is very important to you during the election campaign. Some of you have got in touch via Your Voice, Your Vote, and we'll be asking the political parties what their plans are.
People closer to the Arctic, if that makes sense. I feel like there's not enough understanding of how intricately linked we are to the survival of the Arctic and what that means for us down here at home as well.